Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Hello, it's 2017 and we're here for Thanksgiving.
Welcome. We are up and running. We're going to be doing a great show tonight. We're looking forward to it. We're going to be recording our early morning prep of our turkey, which we've been working on for, well, we haven't even started working yet.
We haven't done anything yet, so here we go.
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and put the camera like right here for us to look at. And we've got a secondary camera that we can work on to do. Yep. We can do whatever you want.
Okay.
Sarah.
All right. Thank you. So we're going to start, of course. Well, David might start with the dressing, and I might start with the turkey. So One of the things that I actually did prep, the only thing I prepped in advance, was I heated up some water, because a really big tip when you hopefully have a defrosted turkey, but a big tip is to actually pour hot water in the cavity of the turkey. One, it makes it a little bit warmer so you can grab the giblets out. And two, it kind of starts cooking the turkey on the inside, because if you don't cook your turkey long enough, that's a big bad thing, and it starts getting that heat on the internal, which is the hardest part to cook.
Yeah, and most people don't defrost their turkey fully because they never know how long it takes. I actually defrosted it 2 days ago and kept it in the refrigerator. So Hopefully it'll not be frozen inside of it.
But this kind of helps with that. If you're just not sure if it's still frozen on the inside, that hot water into the cavity really, really helps.
We've got a wonderful turkey today. Let me show you what we're looking at. We've got it's called a Norbest mountain-grown turkey. They've been doing this since 1930. And we looked around. We were going to try to find the best deal on turkeys, and we found one. This is about 14 pounds, I think. But no, 12.34 pounds.
12 pounds is perfect for what we need.
And this has no steroids or hormones in it. So it's grown in the upper mountains, high mountain valleys of Utah. So
fantastic. All right, cool. So then David, of course, is going to get ready for what goes on the inside of the turkey.
Yeah, I'm going to prep
dressing.
I'm going to actually. I am. I'm going to prep the giblets. So Sarah has the hot water. I'm going to start taking out. Sarah, you're way ahead of me there. That's great. I'll take the scissors. And we'll.
Here, let me get the camera.
You want to take the camera from this angle?
If you're going to.
Yep, perfect.
We're good to go. There we go.
Yeah, we're taking our time today, so this could be an hour and a half to 2 hours, but
it takes so much time it takes.
Yeah, that was a good camera angle. The thing about doing this is you don't want to rush yourself, so allow at least 4 or 5 hours of cook time for this type of turkey, even longer for a bigger turkey.
Yeah, they say about, I can't remember, so many minutes per pound.
20 minutes per pound.
12 pounds times.
That's 240 minutes. That's
3 hours.
Yeah, well,
4 hours.
4
6 hours.
Yeah, that's 4 hours.
6 hours. Yeah, 4 hours.
4 hours, mathematically speaking. Yeah.
Yeah, 240 minutes, 4 hours.
So Sarah's working on that, and I'm gonna. She really jumped in when I first started cooking this turkey. We've been together for 19 years now. It's amazing.
You first want to take this plastic off.
Yeah, but when we first started this,
they say if
it's hard to come out, plastic, I can get it with a little extra hand strength.
That's another thing, is like if it's hard to come off, one of the other things, instead of just cutting it, is you can use this hot water if it's frozen on.
Oh, yeah.
And you can just pour that hot water onto it and into the internal.
Yeah. We got hot filtered water there that's going on top of the turkey. Sometimes these things are soaked in salt. And I actually heard a radio guy on the news say that he was going home last week to brine his turkey. And I thought, wow.
Well, we actually had somebody on the show last night saying that they were brining.
Yeah. A lot of people soak it again in salt. I'm salt sensitive, so I don't do a lot of salt. Here, I can get that. So it gets like a lot of hand strength getting in there. You just pull it out. There you go. Okay, that you don't need to cook with, but I guess it is bake safe.
It's bake safe,
but I don't.
We prefer not to. So here's the neck.
Yep.
I can't believe somebody said something weird about this. Okay, here you go.
Okay, let me make sure my pan is rinsed out thoroughly here from last night. I made a wonderful dinner last night. That was incredible. Okay, just put it right in the pan.
And that's it right from this side.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I'm going to pour out this.
Figure out why that is not in the camera.
Well, it's not in the
camera. No. I'm going to grab a big one. This dinner's going to require a few onions, I think.
Yeah.
By the time by the time we got the turkey, we ended up spending about $7 for it. It was a $17 turkey. That's the liver and giblets and the heart.
Yeah, that's what you make into your gravy.
They can't see that for some reason.
What I mean, they can see.
There it is. Okay, I'm just trying to get a better angle here. Okay, good.
Maybe we should move that plate and cup out of the way.
Yeah, that doesn't belong.
Thank you. All right, now I'm going to pour a little bit of more hot water down into the cavity.
I'll hold it for you. It really does warm it up inside. And we're going to stuff this turkey with a sausage.
And since David's salt sensitive, it gets rid of any extra brine.
Yeah. We're going to put a sausage, a walnut, apple stuffing together today. I'm going to show you how to make that too.
All right, so this is ready to stuff. Should I put it in the...
I'll just leave it on the platter, right in the sink. And I'll put it over in this sink here. Just go ahead and make the transition. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to prep an onion, and I'll move and always keep paper towels around for wiping up your hands. You don't want to cross-contaminate your food. Here's a paper towel.
So I'm going to...
Oh, no, don't.
I've got to get some soap on my hands. I've just been messing with
Yeah, here, you got to use natural soap when you...
Well,
Yeah, I have this soap in the kitchen it's great for visitors, but it's good housekeeping, house of approval, but yeah, I don't, it's just way too perfumey for me. Not when you're cooking. Anyway, paper towels is always the best thing. If you're wondering why we're not doing a live show, we like to relax at our Thanksgiving and not push ourselves. So if you end up pushing yourself, you get stressed out. And we don't want to turn the show into a stressful situation. When we were at the 600 show point, and that was many years ago, we're at over 3,000 shows now. We had a little situation with trolls attacking us during our cooking show, and it just got ugly.
All right, so sausage, correct?
The next step is to prep the onion, and I'm going to bring the camera over here and just get the chopping board. You can grab that over there. And I'm going to show people how to start making their own dressing, which is kind of cool as well. There we go. Thank you.
Shall I start toasting the bread?
Here we go. Yeah, we'll start toasting the bread. We got a beautiful toaster here that we're going to be putting the toast in. Weird, I don't know why that. Okay, and I really enjoy the relaxing nature of this kitchen. Sarah just picked up a really cool item, and I'm looking at it right now. It's a little sun catcher, it's called. Yeah, she put it in the window here. It's so cool. A nice little addition to and that's my Medusa capsicum pepper plant that I've got growing. Yeah. So these are relatively good. I'm going to prep the onion. And when you prep an onion, it's very, we've talked about this a lot on the show. It's the first thing I do when I cook is prep the onion. There's absolutely no reason to think that cooking should be without an onion.
You know, that's interesting that it's the first thing you do.
Yeah.
Because they said on, like, they had this show called Master Chef.
Yeah.
And the very first elimination was to have them, like, dice onions.
Oh, really? Wow. Yeah. That's a sure sign right there if a person can dice an onion.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is going into the brine, or not the brine, but the saute of the chicken giblets and the neck. So I'm only going to put 1/2 of an onion in that little mix because it's just going to cook down on a plate or on a pan with olive oil on the base of the pan. Put about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And there we go. Do a rotation there. Yeah, and then we're just going to cut basic dices, about 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 inch. Doesn't really matter. It's going to be, by the time it's done, it'll be the basis of your gravy. So if you want it smaller and smaller little onions in the basis of your gravy, then do that. Sarah's making the toast. That's cooking. You'll see it. We'll be making probably 6 pieces of toast.
Well, I'd say just,
Spend the
how
whole,
about the rest of this bag, which is like 8 total?
so that's 1/2 of a thing of bread. And this
Maybe
is
even a third.
And this is non-GMO organic bread from a company we have out here in Washington called Franz, and they make non-GMO organic bread. And we end up getting this loaf for $2.50 on sale. So we're going to say $1.25 worth of bread, $7.95 for the. I'm going to say $7 for the turkey because that was 57 cents a pound roughly. So right now we're at $9 so far, turkey and bread and an onion. So we're going to keep this dinner under $20. So that's the goal. I'm going to start the range at level 3 in the back burner over here. And there's 1 loaf of bread. And you can get a plate to put the bread in. And let the bread sit out.
Yeah, you just toast it and then just let it sit while you're doing your other prep. You could even pre-toast your bread. Some people get, what are those, like, stuffing packages? David and I don't like those stuffing packages because there's so much salt in them. This camera is like everything. There we go. I'm just moving it off to focus on
It's got a wide angle lens. You know,
yeah, it's super wide.
It's a super wide angle. This is the camera Sarah picked up. We're using it for the first time on the show. It's a good camera. Okay, just put your onions down on the level 3 pan and start rendering your onions. And then take that turkey neck, and I'll show you. Just take the turkey neck and just drop it right in the pan like that, and then cover it up with the lid.
Do you want to bring it closer to this burner up here?
Yeah, I could. Yeah, that's a better burner.
Do you want to turn it right on the stove?
Unless it needs it, let's check. That current camera has low light capability. I'll switch burners. I'll go to the level 3 in the back. I'll put that other one up there for saute pan.
It is low light, but over there would be good.
I can't get over how wide angle that is. It's great. Yeah. All right, and we're blocking our Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody! And I want everyone to know that we are fully aware of how our country is handling a lot of problems with kind of a belabored president. He seems to be tied up in this Russian scandal pretty heavily. And I know he doesn't want to talk about it, and he would like it to go away. But it won't go away until we get all the nitty-gritty facts about whether he was in touch or whether his cabinet was in touch with the Russians. And now we know from Mueller's investigation that 9 of his cabinet members had reached out to the Russians prior to the inauguration without Obama's approval, which is not cool.
I just have to say this is proof that David talks about this stuff all day long, regardless of whether he's casting on the show.
It's true. And I want to tell everybody that the reason why I started this show was because Sarah didn't want to hear about it. She was listening to me rant and rave about politics not 24/7, but a lot.
Well, he has to sleep sometime.
Yeah, really. I wasn't talking about politics in my sleep, which is great. But no, then I started the show, 9 years ago? And it was 3 hours of my day. Then it expanded to 4 hours of my day, and then 5 hours for a live show. And then we now have a 9-hour show, including our video segment, which I sit and chat with people. So it really is kind of a good bent for me to talk about politics for 9 hours, so I don't bring it up too much with Sarah. Although I did talk about it this morning when I woke up.
Well, you talk about it almost every day when you wake up, so it's just who you are.
It's just who I am. I can't seem to... But it has minimized the amount that she's had to listen to.
And that's one of the reasons I'm out of the house.
No, it's true. She likes to stay away to do her school. No, she really has a separate life. And a lot of people say, Sarah is like this tremendous assistant. Well, I've urged Sarah to do everything she could to have her own happy life, And,
I do have a happy life, especially my life with you.
Thank you. Well, it's great to be with somebody for 19 years. I'll tell you, the stability in our friendship and companionship and our love for each other has sustained all of this. So Thanksgiving is a day to be thankful, and I am thankful, super thankful that Sarah is in my life.
Okay, so the onions cooking.
The onions are in the back with the turkey. You don't have to put much. Right now, I'm just kind of grilling it. You don't have to put a lot of water in it, but I am going to put water in it.
Oil or anything in it?
I put a little oil down on it, but I am going to put some filtered water. This will be the basis for the gravy. And I'm going to put 2 cups of filtered water into the broth that I'll be using. The remainder of whatever I don't use, actually, I'm going to put right around 2 cups. 1.5 cups will go into the stuffing. The other half cup will go into the gravy, and I'll add water to it as I slowly create the gravy, which is a long process. So that's why this whole process takes 4 or 5 hours. The turkey looks beautiful. Look at that. Wow. That is pretty. It's a very nice turkey. And even has one of those pop-up things to tell you when it's done. Temperature pop-up.
All right. So what's the next step? Would you need to get out the sausage?
Yep. I'm going to get the sausage out. I have it right here. We're going to be using 4 sausage links of a Hillshire Farm package, which I picked up for $1.99. So I'm going to say this is about $1.50's worth. So right now we're at about $10.50. I'm going to use an Italian sausage because it has great flavoring in it. I won't have to add a lot of flavoring to the...
I like Italian sausage.
Yeah.
I'm not a big Polish sausage fan, sorry people, but I like Italian sausage or breakfast sausage.
Yep. So I'm going to put the sausage on the meat plate. And I have a meat plate separate from my breadboard so that I don't ever contaminate the breadboard. Whenever you cut meat, you want to make sure it's on a plate. Otherwise, you'll have cross-contamination.
Unless you have a dedicated meat board that you only use for meat.
Yeah, but I mean, like a second breadboard. And the problem with breadboards is they pick up a lot of bacteria.
Like that this, I just want to show, this is, should I show it here?
Right up in the side.
No MSG.
Good.
It's hot and spicy Italian sausage made with turkey, pork, and beef.
I'm going to show you, before I cut this, I'm going to show you the other ingredient to the stuffing.
It's been sitting in the freezer for a while.
You're not going to believe this, but I paid $1.79 for this apple.
Whoa, really?
Yeah. The honeysuckle apple was
Honeycrisp?
Honeycrisp.
Wow.
It was $1.99 a pound. And
$1.99 a pound. Wow.
And that was on sale.
Oh, my goodness.
It's a Washington apple. And normally this would be maybe even more at a store in your area. So we're going to accommodate that with, we'll take the cost up to.
You're so sweet, because I said I wanted an apple sausage walnut stuffing. And you could have just made it different. And I appreciate that you did that for me.
Yeah. And so we'll take this up to $12 total so far.
And if you are not a big, one thing I want you to notice is I'm using the tail end, the end piece of the bread. Actually, if you have a bunch of end pieces and you just use that for your stuffing, that's perfect. So you don't have to use all your great bread. You can just use end pieces.
So we're at $12. I'm going to add 50 cents for garlic and onion, so $12.50. I'm going to put the whole bulb in this entire turkey. I'm going to start with a few of these cloves off the top just to get in the gravy and in the stuffing mix. So 2 big cloves in the stuffing. And the rest of the cloves will be injected into the turkey. And that's part of the prep. So I will work with all this right now. I'm going to go ahead and crush the garlic. As with all our cooking shows, we have a compost heap that you do all the food waste goes outside in the compost heap. All good. And even some people say, do you put onion shells and garlic shells in your compost heap? Yeah, put everything in there.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
don't hesitate.
The eggshells, the skin on the onions, the worms don't really like it that much.
They don't, no.
But I mean, it'll eventually get thin, or
it creates compost either way.
Yeah,
it's
and
not
it kind
bad.
of creates actually I know they say with eggshells, and it's probably true with onion shells and the other shells. It kind of creates a safe place for the worms to lay their eggs.
There you go.
Because then it's
Plus, it's antibacterial, which will help improve the health of your compost heap, which is full of bacteria. So it's like, okay.
Well, worms, what's so cool about red worms is they don't eat the fruits and vegetables. What they eat is the bacteria that grows on the rock. Oh, sorry, I'm talking about that during cooking, but it's so interesting.
They put that 2 cloves in with the cooking turkey giblets. And I'm going to flip that neck because I'm just kind of heating it on both sides with the little onions, glazing the onions. Then I'm going to put water in here once the onions and the garlic are glazed.
That's for the gravy or for the...
Well, I'm going to pull out celery right now and add celery to this. You don't want to add water until your vegetables are glazed. So we have some nice celery. I'm going to pull 3 stalks off the plant. And we'll include $3.50. We're going to add... This dinner can go up to $13 now in cost. So we get these things for $1 a piece during the holidays. Look around. You can find a whole stock of celery for $1. I'm going to take 3 stalks off of here. So yeah. And then when you pull your celery out, rinse off the base of the stalk and then keep it wet and put it right back in the bag because that'll keep it fresh for longer. It has to be a little wet, otherwise it dries out and gets wilted. Okay. Good. And I'm going to prep those celery right now, and I'm not going to pull the spines off of them. I think a little roughage is good for people in digesting.
Good long.
Yeah. I'm going to dice up all the celery now. Take the tops off and dice up all the celery. Still cooking at level 3. I'm glazing the onions first, and I'm going to glaze the celery second. But you can do it at the same time. But it's nice to get a little smell going in there to the onions really help get things going. And I can always add another half of an onion. Oh, I added the whole onion. Oh, good. Okay. I got ahead of myself there. I added the whole onion already. Okay, just cut these long ways, not to get near your meat. And position them like that on the breadboard. And just give it a nice... Remember, this could be part of your gravy, too, so you want to cut them about 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 inch in size. That'll help them cook faster. All of this pre-glazed celery and onions will go into the stuffing itself, making for a really good stuffing. The apples will go in uncooked. The sausage will go in toward the end of this cycle. Okay, I'm going to lift from the top, putting it all in the pan with the leg, or rather with the neck, and sealing it up again. Just glazing the veggies and kind of steaming the neck a little bit right now because we're going to get up to a boil. But right now I'm going to prep those sausages and the giblets. But the giblets are going to go in after. I'm not going to put those in. I don't want to get the giblets near my stuffing. Right now I'm focused on the stuffing. I'm going to cut these sausages in same size width, about 1/8 to 1/4 inch. Just right down the side. And I'll get to the giblets in a little bit because those go in. I can always pull that neck bone out of the... It's just in there for flavor right now. None of that neck bone is going to get into your stuffing. Don't worry. It'll take a good hour of cooking on the stove before the giblets even start to break apart. But they create, right now they're creating kind of the base for your stuffing. And that water is going to get it going there. And then once we get that all cooked up, ready to go, the sausage is sitting next to them. Then we'll put it all together and I'll show you how to make the stuffing, and then we'll stuff the turkey, which is the big thing we do. Okay, so all those go in on top of vegetables. We'll put the sausages in. Put them back there and keep the cover on. Keep the seal as solid as possible. So this is a really nice setup we have here. I have evaporated buttermilk. What do you need evaporated milk for? Oh, yeah. You can use regular milk. Yeah. It calls for evaporated milk in the recipe.
Well, one recipe calls for evaporated milk, the other calls for condensed milk, which is totally different from evaporated milk.
Well, my sister left a container of condensed milk in the other refrigerator. We could try to pull that out and use it. I would recommend that. She left a container of condensed milk. She uses that for her coffee because she sometimes just pops a can open whenever she wants to use milk. Yeah, well, it might still work. Oh, so we do have the onions here. We have the other half of the onion here. Sarah prepped. I also pulled some parsley out of the garden. We have parsley growing all around our house right now. Big supply of parsley. I'm going to rinse off. Yeah, it's just a big part of it. It's about a cup of parsley that goes into the stuffing. Yeah, I was going to find that. That's in a storage container here. Yeah, I like the dried bitter when I'm working with it. Yeah, it's still here. I harvested this sage about 5 years ago, and it's still good out of our garden. Yeah. So I like dried sage because you can take it and break it up in your hand. If it's dried, you can easily break it up. You can buy dried sage at the market. I noticed that a lot of markets are selling fresh sage packages along with other herbs, thyme and whatnot, rosemary, and frankly, I just love the sage taste in the turkey along with the garlic. I'm going to prep some of these garlics while we sit here. I'm going to inject the turkey with garlic. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to use the breadboard for the bread. Makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll need the big. Here, get the big one. Let me pull it up. I got it. We'll use this one. Yeah, that. I think the PB container is pushing. That's our backup PB container.
Oh gosh.
getting too much stuff in our cupboards. All right, so we got a pan to put all the. Yeah, that. So I'm going to prep the container for the bread here. This will be where the bread goes. All right, we're getting there. I'm going to take the bread and stack it. We can do this in 2 batches. Stack it 4 high. We've got 8 slices of bread. And the longer it waits outside, the better it gets, actually. It's okay if it's kind of sitting out stale or whatever. Yeah. I'm going to go cut it this way and that way.
Slice it.
Slice it. Dice it. A big knife. Be careful because bread is not easy to cut. You don't want to slip with that knife. Don't ever take chances with a knife. And then just go straight down and cut them in big half-inch squares. And then they go right into the bowl. This is a lot lower salt and a lot better quality wheat in your stuffing than you would get in a market package, which is full of GMO wheat and God knows what's in it. High salt levels. This has low salt levels and is really good for overall health. And this stuffing is a real hit. You know, people just say, "Hey, could I have some more stuffing with gravy?" It's like huge. I think you could feed about 20 people with this dinner. So we're shooting for $20 for 20 people. I haven't given you the.
Are you already there?
No, I'm only at $13. Okay. I'm keeping a mental tab of this, including the apple. No, I'm sorry. Yes, the apple included. Yeah, that was included already in the mix. I couldn't believe how the apple. You're right. I'm at $13.50.
Okay, so which pumpkin?
Yeah, we picked up.
Because it's just like.
How much meat do you need?
Well, it depends on how many. Well, I guess I don't have enough milk, but I'll just figure out that.
Okay, we got a 15-ounce can of organic, non-GMO pumpkin mix right here.
That claims like you can make a pumpkin pie with that. It's just one of those.
One of those cans. We also got some backup pumpkin from Libby's that we've had in the storage for a while. You're welcome to use one of those. Now you can make as many pies as you want. 1, 2, 3, whatever. Okay. All right. I'm about ready to. Yeah. Buttermilk?
Well, just old milk.
You're talking about powdered milk? Oh, the evaporated milk? Condensed milk? Yeah. Whatever you have. I don't know what the recipe calls for. Okay, we're going to take all that bread and put it all in the bin here. Yeah, so my mother taught me how to make turkey dinners, and I took over cooking for the family. Oh yeah, those things. I took over cooking for the family back in the early 70s and made turkeys with my mom. And then gradually she decided she didn't want to make turkeys anymore. So I made the turkeys after that. I guess I've been making turkeys for about 40 plus years, 45 years. Okay, that's really hot in there. I'm going to go ahead and pour that water that I had stored up into that container. With all of the just the neck bone in the back, the sausage, the onions, everything's kind of glazed. I'm going to pour water in there right now. Take it up. I'm going to turn that temperature up to level 6. And you can add anything like Italian seasoning to this mix. Summer savory is good. But I'm going to go ahead and just put a little Finney's herbs in it. There we go. Just about a half a teaspoon of Italian seasoning, or Finney's herbs. Fine's herbs, as some people call them. All right, great. There's garlic and onion in there too. Celery. The parsley goes in fresh in the mix as it's stuffed into the turkey. The apples go in fresh. I am going to peel this apple because I don't think I want peelings in there. So.
You peel it, or what you want me to do? I just feel like that.
Yeah, come on over and peel it.
I'm not really involved anymore.
No, I want you to be involved. Sorry.
I mean, I don't know.
You can peel that. I'm going to go ahead and cut up the giblets over here with a sharp knife.
Or do you want me to do this?
No, you can peel it right in front of the... I'm going to put this over there, and you can peel it right on the breadboard there. I'm going to go over to the second station over here. No, I'm good over here. I don't think people need to see me cut up the giblets. Pretty gross.
Or if I move this, then they can see it.
All right. Looking at this giblet bag, I'm just going to cut a slice down the side. And you've got your heart. This is I believe, the liver. The little piece is the heart of the turkey. And I think this is the kidney. This is all the inside of the turkey that goes into the gravy, not into the stuffing.
Some of it, the lungs.
Huh?
Are they the lungs?
Yeah, there is the lungs. I don't really know.
I don't know either.
I'm not a turkey expert on exactly.
I'm not into turkey anatomy that much.
But get a really sharp knife and cut them really thin. And this is tough meat. This is again going to go in the gravy meat mix, and sometimes get close to the bottom of the gravy, and you don't even end up eating it. But the proteins that are in here go in the food, so people get a little bit of the protein that comes off. Nothing is wasted. But this is a pretty tough part of the cut. The giblets are really kind of a pain, to be honest.
Yeah, I didn't realize you cut them fresh like that. I thought usually you cook them first and then cut them.
Yeah, you can cook them first and then cut them. I'm just saving a little step in the process. I'm pulling any sinew off that might be really kind of weird.
That's good.
Like there's a sinew piece on the lung there that you don't want to eat.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the outside of it. Now somebody said, is this chicken non-GMO? And I honestly cannot tell you at that price, 57 cents, if it's non-GMO, but it's definitely grown in a healthy environment. So no steroids, no hormones. The liver is hard to cut. You just kind of sliver it. I'm getting a little grossed out just doing this, but oh well. All right. I guess if you dress a live animal, a dead animal for your holidays, you got to go through this process. And there's a lot more blood, so I guess I should be thankful. The whole history of Thanksgiving really is kind of a mixed history. People don't realize that pilgrims were actually celebrating victory over the Indians. It wasn't just a gathering of like-minded people having a festive moment. I think that's a hard thing for people to understand because we've been taught in schools that Thanksgiving was this more wonderful time of benevolence and kindness. And I'm not so sure.
They always gave thanks after they defeated the natives in the war.
Yeah, it was thanks for having defeated the natives, having committed horrible acts of atrocities. Yeah, but here we are celebrating what we have, the bounty of what we have. All right, so these little pieces can go in the compost heap. They'll break down. Do not put bones in the compost heap Thank
You can put bones in the worm bin.
Yeah, the
It
worm
won't,
bin. But
it won't break down. It'll take a lot of time, but it'll take years, and then you just move it to the other side.
yeah,
But anyway.
but then the bones are sitting there and they're like really hard to
Kinda
maneuver
gross.
and
All right, this is the apple core.
wash your hands, keep clean. She's coring the apple now. Look at that. That's an old apple core I had from the 60s. It goes right down and it cuts it perfectly. Look at that. Would you just look at that? Can you believe that? Just look at it. Just look at the way it cuts. Just, yeah. All right.
Take a core.
Now I am hard cooking these. I'm boiling everything. The turkey in the back is boiling. The turkey neck is boiling.
So you don't put that in stuffing, right?
No, God, no. That goes in the gravy. Don't put your giblets in your stuffing. Keep the giblets on the side, a plate right there. And if you want to use this knife right here to bisect those apples, they look so good. Really nice apple. Yeah, so we're really boiling the heck out of that in the back right now. I'm going to go grab a little, my cup of coffee in the room right now.
Okay, yay. I have lots of little containers like this bowl to make sure for the prep. I have lots of little containers. I want to move this meat out of the way now. All right. I had put these in good chunks so they'll kind of melt down, but you'll still get that awesome, delicious apple taste in the dressing. And it really melds well with walnuts. Get out some walnuts too. I don't really keep track of all the prices like David does, but it's good. I'm glad he does. Maybe one day I can say, "Oh, really? That's interesting. How much we spend on Thanksgiving." But the thing about Thanksgiving meals is that it does really, you can eat them over time. So even though it's just the two of us, we're not going to eat it all in one day, obviously. Poured it like twice or something.
Starting to smell like Thanksgiving in here. Wow.
Very good.
I'm impressed. Hey, you made some hot cocoa.
I did, but you can't cook these up. I need to heat it up a little bit.
Well, let me heat it up for you.
There we go. All right. So let's put all these apples off to the side. So once the sausage and the vegetables are finished cooking, glazing, you could probably put the apples in for a little bit, but I'd probably just put them in with the bread. All right. This is a massive apple. Wow. You might just have to have a little sliver. Oh, that's delicious. You should have a little sliver of apple.
Honey
So
crisp.
good.
Okay,
so shall I dice up the parsley to put in this stuffing?
Yes. Go ahead and dice that up. And you know how to do that, right? Crush it.
So you kind of get it and you squeeze it in your hands, put your fingers back so that they don't get it. And
You can get even tighter than that.
okay, so you
bunch it up into a nice tight little ball. There you go.
And keep dicing. Dice a tiny bit at a time. And this knife is so nice. It's a French knife, and David introduced me to this knife. He's had it for a very long time. And the nice thing about it is it just rocks when you slice and dice. It just rocks on the end. That parsley smell is coming out. It smells so good. If you had smell-o-vision, you'd be so happy right now.
Okay, you got a nice hot cocoa here. Yeah. Parsley, sage, rosemary. That's from the. Yeah. Remember.
Okay, I think that's nicely finely diced.
Yeah.
Okay, now we'll put this in on top of the bread. Okay. Firstly, I do a little bit of sage, right?
Yes, you can put sage in now. In fact, I'm kind of remiss. I didn't add sage to my boil, and I completely forgot. So you can definitely add sage to your boil back here. I'm going to take a nice sizable amount of sage right here and just take it.
Oh, look at that boiling water. I don't think they can even see that.
And just take the sage and crush it like this. Try to keep the stems
That's why
out.
he likes the dry sage.
Yeah.
It's because it just like crumbles in on it.
Yeah. Really fresh. Of course, this is really old sage. But sage stays so well. Preservative. And just put it right in there.
Is there any other spices you need to put in that boil?
No.
Well, Italian sausage
seasoning.
has hot Italian sausage.
Yes. The Italian
Spices
sausage
already.
has spices.
And maybe some. What about that? What's in this chimichurri?
It's pretty good. Give it a description. We have some chimichurri.
It
If you're a southwestern flair person, you want to put some chimichurri.
Garlic, parsley, non-GMO soybean oil, vinegar. It's mostly parsley and garlic, and a little red pepper and spices.
Let me throw a tablespoon of that in. I put that in the dinner last night.
It was really good.
Yeah. Okay, so anything else you want to put in? Just, don't put hot sauce in. All right.
Okay. That has a little bit of hot sauce.
Yeah, but not too much.
Okay, and then maybe some Italian seasoning if we have it.
I did that already.
Oh, okay. All right. Now I'm going to crumble some parsley on top of the bread. Or sage, I mean. Is that too much?
A little bit too much.
Yeah, sage can almost overwhelm it.
No more than about a big heaping tablespoon of sage in any one thing you're doing.
So that had the teeping tablespoon. And
Yeah,
tablespoon,
like a handful.
A light handful goes in there, and so I just crumble it on top of this bread. And then you can take off the stems. Crumble it so it's like a powder. And then I'm going to kind of toss my bread so that I've got the parsley and the sage mixed throughout it.
You realize we've been doing this for almost an hour now?
Yeah, the turkey's not even...
We haven't even stuffed the turkey. This could be like a 2-hour prep, so we'll extend out. Our show will probably start at 4:30, but we'll let it roll into the 6 o'clock hour.
Okay. So now, do I put the apples
Yeah, you throw the apples into the bread.
Or...
Let's bring the bread front forward to the camera, right here.
Okay. Let me just...
Now, all these, the parsley and the apples can go right in there like that. And we have selected a really nice big spoon here for us, being on David's spoon high. And we'll be using that to just adjust the hot boiling material in here. Now, there's one component I'm going to add to the mix. We're going to add 50 more cents, and we're going to add 4 eggs to this.
So then we'll be up to $14.
Yep. Now we're going to add 4 eggs, which I think will be enough to bind the stuffing.
That's going to be a lot of fun. And you know what, though?
Yeah.
We have another cost in there.
What?
It's apple walnuts.
Oh, yeah, there's walnut. So, yeah, let's add 50 cents in walnuts. Let's take the cost of this whole dish. We're adding 50 cents for the walnuts. We'll take the cost of... I think we were at $14.50 there. I think we have to go to $15.
Yeah, because sometimes walnuts are more expensive than the ones we get.
We buy walnuts in bulk. Sarah can show you the bag we get from Costco.
This is the reason that I have the Costco membership. Is for nuts. Because I love my walnuts. I could eat walnuts like all the time. Actually, I do pretty much eat walnuts all the time. Especially like, yeah, daily. Daily eat my walnuts. Almost daily. Something like that. All right, so I'm gonna... David taught me this cool thing with the walnuts. I don't know where he has it. There's this wooden tenderizer he has.
Wouldn't this one?
Yes.
I've got a new method before.
What's your, what's
It's no different than the method you just used with parsley.
you just kind of...
You kind of roll the knife over it, and it crushes it really nice. This is a French knife with a French curl on it.
I was just telling him that.
Oh, okay. So you can see there's a little roll action going on. This knife has been in my family since I was a child, and it's really nice. Holds a great blade. It's called a Rogers and Mastery Guild. But man, the steel that went into this thing really, really worked out great.
I need more walnuts to eat it. Equal almost the amount of apple that you put in.
That's fine. You can also use pecans in this recipe.
Yes, you can.
That works.
Almonds would not work. Cashews would not work.
Yeah, I would agree.
But walnuts or pecans would great. There we go.
Wow. Yeah, it's a lot less messy, and I'll show you how I do it. Let's bring the camera in on it.
Okay.
Whoops. Did I turn the camera off?
No, you just kind of put it under.
I just hit a button, though.
No, I think you took a picture.
Okay. So just pretend like these things are like a regular vegetable. And just go along, crunching along as you go with the knife, kind of up and down, with one tip down on the breadboard. That's the way to go.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it works great. And I did this the other day, and it's like, yeah, this is super simple. It's less of a bashing activity.
Yeah.
We used to put them in a plastic bag and take a mallet. And that worked pretty well. That was the old method. You put it in a plastic bag, you take a mallet, and just bash the heck out of it. But what I find is that makes a lot more crush.
Yeah.
The walnuts break up,
And
they
then
get into a
just...
mush, and it doesn't taste like walnuts anymore. And you want to have that palate experience of the walnut, the apple, and the sausage all crushing together with the flavor of the turkey. Yeah. The turkey flavor is the thing about stuffing, really. Yeah, you like it in walnuts. That's great. Okay.
I do like walnuts. Sorry.
Oh, this is good. Okay, let's
Yeah,
get ready. We're ready to turn off your burner in the back. Completely shut it off if you want. We'll get to it a little later. We're not going to use all the water in the burner in the back. Some of it's going to go into the gravy, but we're going to use 1.5 cups of this water. I'm going to put the walnuts right in on top of this.
Or shuffle.
Here we go. Clean sweep. I'll take that knife off your hand.
Here you go.
Nope, I'm gonna go ahead and take it. I'm gonna use every little bit of this walnut right here on the end. And I'm gonna take and set this whole thing up for the stuffing. We have just enough ingredients for everything to go together. Pull it off of your boil in the back. Take your... I just need a fork here. Let me grab a fork. Take your neck bone, which is still cooking, by the way.
That's going to go in the other pan?
Yep, and then I've got a saucepan here on the side. Make sure everything's nice and clean. Hold on. I do so much cooking around here that sometimes the pan still has kind of dinner from last night. Yeah. Okay, everything's clean. And then just put that neck bone in the saucepan, like that.
Okay.
And then take a little bit of oil and add that to the saucepan as well. So I've got this nice Italian oil I bought. I'll just put about a tablespoon on each side. Nice with it. Extra virgin calavita. It's really good. It's system certified. It's not. There's a scare of olive oil coming out of Italy that has been replaced with canola oil. Okay, now I'm going to put this on another burner in back here.
Here.
No problem. I'm going to make sure that's clean. If there's anything on there, it'll burn. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to put that in the back there with the rear.
This is where your giblets can go in, right?
Yes. Let's go right on top of that burner. And just let that sit with the... Now, there's a bowl
and I have a bowl
of onions that Sarah prepped for this. Yeah. You put that with it and kind of disperse it around it. And then cover it up. Oh, okay. And you can put a little shaker top of Italian seasoning on that to add to it. And you can also put a little bit more sage in on that. So Sarah's going to crush some sage in on that. Well, gravy, the sagey gravy, that's just a touch.
Just the touch, don't overdo your sage in your gravy.
Yeah. Okay, so now most of this stuff that's in here, most of the goodies in here will be going into the stuffing. There will be a little bit of broth left over there. We'll add to that other dish, the saucepan. Okay, so I'm basically going to break 4 eggs, a little crack there, on top of this dish, like this. Eggshells go in the compost heap. And I might go for more depending on if you need an extra binder, you may need an extra egg. But I'll show you the consistency you're looking for. And from there you can go. Trying to never get shells in your egg, in your dish. Okay. Now take your spoon.
Okay.
Yeah, you can go ahead and just start pushing it in. Hang on just a second. I think I may see a shell. Okay. That'll be my dinner. Okay. I'll probably eat that.
Well, shells are just calcium.
Yeah,
it's not going to hurt you to have a little shell.
I guess.
It's just calcium. It's
Okay.
like, okay, you didn't take your calcium pill today. That's
Okay, let's take it and get this in here right now. I'm just going to kind of break up the eggs, and I'm going to take and spoon all of this stuffing, all the stuff that was in the water on top of this, and then put about 1.5 cups of the water, because I put 2 cups in there, about 1.5 cups of the water in on top of your stuffing. So leaving about 1/2 cup of water in your container, and put that back in your gravy mix. And then Sarah can do all the mixes now. And I'm putting the rest of that roux, they call it a roux, into the actual gravy mix. It's like a 2-person job here.
amazing.
Yeah. I love cooking, so it's fun for me to do this.
Yeah, and I'm so glad that you said we're not going to do a live show today.
Yeah.
So this is pre-recorded.
Yeah.
But yes, because the thing is that it's so much more relaxing to not have to interact with chat and get distracted.
Yeah.
David started to get distracted earlier talking about the state of the union.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, he doesn't need the chat to do that.
No, I can go off on any subject because that's what I do. I have an incredible ability to do a extemporaneous, free, virtual, interactive discussion on any issue. That's what I like about the show, actually.
What's your David? You want to try it so you can see?
Yeah, it looks to me like if you think it's sticky enough, because I think it needs one more egg.
I think it's almost sticky enough.
I'm going to get one more egg in on it. One more egg to be on the safe side. So you can take it up to
I know,
5 eggs.
Sarah saying one more egg when everyone knows Sarah is not an egg person.
But you don't know the egg's there when you're eating stuffing.
I know, it's good and baked because that's the only time I like eggs. Like, you have to use eggs in pies and baking.
I'll put one on the top, and then you can do the rest. You just kind of mold it around the sides. Break it up. All right. Outstanding. Have you tried your hot cocoa yet?
I have.
Mmm. Oh, that's good. I'm going to get my coffee. I'll be right back.
That is good hot cocoa. It's just a Swiss Miss. Okay, this is looking very good. Super appley. Appley. That's not a word. But a lot of apples in it.
That's great. Okay. We're all ready to stuff the bird.
Okay, shall I move
good.
the camera? Shall I clean this stuff up and put it in the compost?
I can do that for you. Let me position the camera over the...
Should I go over here?
Yeah, wherever you want it. How about right in here?
Yeah, that's good.
That looks good, yeah. We're going to show you how to stuff the bird in just a second. I'm going to clear some compost out of here. I keep the compost bin below. So. Before you stuff the bird, Sarah, I'm going to inject the garlic. So if you want to take a break, have a coffee break or a cocoa break, and I'm going to inject the garlic. This is going to be a lot of garlic cloves. And,
do you want me to peel some?
Yeah, if you want to peel garlic, that'd be great. Yeah, here. What I like to do is crush them. And it saves so much time. Let me just crush them all, and then you can pull them off, the husks off. So you just take the knife like that.
Can they see it?
Almost.
Almost.
You take the cloves. Now, we've done this before on the show. You just take the clove and take a knife and kind of pound down on it like that. There you go. And that makes it so much easier for the husk to come off. It's amazing. So you see it just like immediately
Just peels right off.
Peels right off.
Pops off.
Yeah. Now, the next stage is going to require a sharp knife. So if you've got one of these, like a little sharp knife with a pointed tip on it, that's the way to go. Oh, there's my spa. I should be out there swimming. Just kicked on. Okay, I'll then take a portion of each clove and make kind of a pointed end on it, and just stick the knife in the turkey like that, and then go right up against the blade and push the clove right inside the turkey. The only drawback with crushing it is sometimes loses the rigidity of the clove. So it doesn't slide in easily. But okay, we're going to cut these in half and just do injections across the board, inside, all over the turkey.
All over the breast of the turkey.
Yep.
The breast and the legs, and you could do the thighs. You could flip it over and do the thighs.
Yep.
But that, it's so delicious
It's
when
so
you're eating the turkey,
mm-hmm.
and you come across like this the garlic that's all like cooked and melted into the turkey, and you're like, I don't like raw garlic, but I love the garlic inside the turkey. The way David makes it like this, it's just so good.
It's really good. Yeah. It melds really well with the meat as it cooks.
So as you can see, he's putting it in the legs too.
Yep, it's going into the leg. Each leg along the side has a slice. There's a big piece of meat along the side. And if you get in there, you position the garlic right up against the side of the blade, and you push it right in next to the blade. Look at that big garlic going in there.
Oh, yum. You want me to flip it over so you can do the thighs?
Sure. I'm going to do the front, too.
Okay, let's do
Do the thighs, the front, whole deal. This is the back of the thigh. There's an area back here that you definitely can put a garlic in. If you rub it on the surface of the skin, it'll actually be good. It goes right into the skin itself. It doesn't hurt it. And anything you drop off, just throw it inside the hole. Yeah, if you just want to throw it inside the hole there. That's about it. I'm doing 5 things at once. Okay.
Okay, and you said a couple in the
yeah, I want to. I do a little in the wings too, but yeah, right in back here, there's a lot of fleshy meat. I'm gonna put it right in there, pressing it right in, and right near that little thing that pops up, thermometer. All right, it goes right in there. And I think the wings, what I do is I usually put a clove in the fold. But, it's hard to get them into the wings. Like right in the outside of the wing, there's meat. And I put it right in the outside of the wing there. I get a good solid piece. You got to get them firm and rigid like the one that she had.
Like the one he did not crush.
Yeah, like the one that would have taken an hour to... so
I know that would have taken a lot longer to peel, though.
Yeah, there's one on each side.
It's okay.
Flip it over.
All right.
And right here. Yeah, this is not that meaty of a... It's a 12-pounder is not meaty. Yeah.
It's perfect, though.
Oh, yeah. Very small. We're good. Got to go right in there. Okay. And then we got a lot of garlic left over from that big bowl. And I'm just going to dice that up and throw it fresh into the stuffing. Yeah, because there's already garlic in the base of the stuffing, but I'm going to add the fresh. Garlic cooks in stages and has various medicinal properties at various levels. So when you actually put fresh garlic in it, it adds to the zest of your stuffing. Okay, here we go. We're going to stuff the turkey. Okay, we're going to go ahead and drop them in. This is a big cavity.
It is a big cavity.
It's a perfect sized cavity.
With all your stuffing, yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully it doesn't fall off the bottom.
No, it's pretty safe that way. They usually have it
Usually, but this one, it goes all the way through.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll definitely cover the base when I get there. I'm going to skewer it. That was my daily schedule. The spa comes on and does a 5-minute thing, and I either,
usually extend it out to half an hour.
Yeah. Okay, not necessarily at any given time. All right, there's quite a bit. They say to leave a little area in the top for steam. So you don't want to push too much in there, but I'm going to go ahead now, rinse my hands off, and then wipe it down and get the skewers out.
These are traditional skewers that come with the turkey. You're going to pull these back onto it.
Yep.
Pull this like there's a hunk of whatever meat. Pull that back into it.
Take a skewer going like right through. And then in this particular case, I can go right into the side of the turkey and just run a line straight through like that.
These are little, metal
that
skewers.
almost did it, didn't it?
That's pretty much it, yeah. There might be one this way, but I don't know.
It's I've never done just one through the back end. It's really amazing.
Okay, let's flip it because we've got it on the other side. Do you want one like
I better
this
put
way?
another
What
one.
about going this way across it?
Yeah. I better put something in there because I just don't trust it popping out when we flip it over. If we flip the bird over and the crisscross method works. Okay, we can roll it over.
Now we're going to flip it.
Just set it gently on the back. Okay.
So you can see the stuffing.
Oh yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
I got the wings.
It's not moving around much because it's still pretty tender in there. If that stuffing pops out, I got to re-put it in. Okay, sometimes when you do a turkey and you have a little extra stuffing, like we will, I'll show you how to put that in a side dish, and you can work around that. So what I'm going to do is take it through the top here, and then go to the side. I take the widest side flap I can find, and then I do another turn the other way, grabbing it the other side flap, and kind of do a twist. See that? Mm-hmm. And we're done.
Okay.
Okay, I'll take it from here if you want to get the pan ready.
All right, let me get the pan.
And rinse your hands off. Yeah, there you go.
And I wanted to show them the pan.
So good. Cool.
Let me just...
I'm just going to park here for a little bit, and Sarah's going to get the pan, and then she'll get the camera. Because I wanted
to show this cool pan that David's had for a long time.
This is a great pan.
It's a... Well, shall I just go up here?
Let me put this camera over here.
Okay.
There's the camera for you.
Okay, so here is the lid of the pan.
Yep.
And it goes... This is the pan. Okay, which is really cool. But also inside the pan is this thing, which actually what it does is it sits on the bottom of the pan. So when you're done with the turkey, you use some pot holders and you can lift up so all the grease stays on the bottom.
Yeah, it's nice. Have we rinsed it? Is it decent? It looks good.
I think it's good.
Remember, if you don't rinse it, because all the gravy that goes in there will actually go in your gravy bowl. So you want to make sure there's nothing sitting around like dust from previous years or whatever. It's just
this is a nice rinse, even though everything's clean. It's a nice rinse. What's cool is this is like how it stores.
Yeah.
Just like in the cupboard.
Okay, I think what I want to do is go ahead and set that right down in there. There you go.
And I've got the lid to rinse.
Since we're right there with the camera, I'm just going to make sure that the drain is clear, and we can set that right on that plate. Okay.
One more drain thing. And we'll set it on the plate so that you don't have stainless steel on stainless steel.
Right. Otherwise, it'll scratch. All right, here we go.
Oh, wait.
Put that down there.
Now this.
There you go. Okay, now, I'm going to ask Sarah to take a little shaker of the Italian seasoning, and I'll get it for you. There you go. You're in charge of the Italian seasoning.
Can you do this all over the skin? Do you want a garlic too? Or?
Yeah, you can use garlic powder. Let's do onion powder. I think onion powder is the best from my perspective. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. All right.
So she's gonna go ahead and put. Oh, pepper's good too. It can only hold 3 things. Okay.
I can do it too.
We'll do the bottom first because we're gonna do this breast side up. Go ahead and. There you go. A little bit of onion powder. We don't need pepper on the bottom. There you go. Okay, just flip it right over like that, and then the wing got caught.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Isn't it perfect?
That's perfect, yeah.
If it were any bigger, it wouldn't fit in this cute pan.
No. All right.
You want to make sure you get some of this on the legs for sure.
I'll do some pepper on the whole thing. You know what I like to do? I cover it with an atomizer of olive oil.
Yeah, a little bit of oil is just like to give a nice glaze on it.
Okay, I wipe my hands off and got the paper towel clean. Let's start the pump action here.
Oh, you know what I need to do?
Oh, she's going to preheat the oven. This is great. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and heat this up, or rather pump this up, and spray olive oil on the outside of it with this atomizer.
I wonder if I need to take out one of these trays. One of the racks.
Probably so, just to make room, headspace for it. So just kind of drizzle a little bit of olive oil over the outside. It's perfect glaze. Outstanding. And some people take a little bit of sage and crush it over the top.
Yeah,
that's perfect.
I don't know if the pumpkin pie can fit there, but maybe up.
Okay.
I think that'll fit.
I'm going to take the sage. Yeah, I think that'll be good. Take a little sage in my hand and put it over the turkey like this. Just kind of lightly glazing the outside of the turkey with the sage. Now, some people are using peanut fryers. I know the Scissor Fight's going to be cooking some sort of a duck. He's making a duck in a fryer in peanut oil.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's kind of a cool idea because the duck is traditionally very oily, and when you fry it with oil, it kind of draws the oils out and adds the flavors in. It's kind of a neat idea. I'm anxious to see how he liked that.
Wait, do you want this for
That'll
your
work.
stuffing?
Yeah, that's probably good. Sarah's got a separate dish for stuffing. We're going to show you that. Let me bring the camera over here now. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So we have here.
You set that there, and you can spoon that into the. Yeah, that's good. I love this camera.
Okay. So you have extra stuffing. You can just cook it, put it in a oven safe dish.
Yep. You can actually put a little oil on the sides too, so it doesn't get any stuffing
Oh,
from.
yes, you can put some oil.
No, that's okay. There's oil in the dish. Just along the sides, I just put a little sliver of oil. There we go. All right, cool.
Okay, and then this will actually kind of bake it into like a loaf. Should I bake it with a lid on, or I like this one because then I can store it like that, but I don't know if I bake it with a lid on or not.
Yeah, you can do anything with it. You could even add pumpkin if you had extra pumpkin to the top of that.
Okay.
Not that you'd have to, but I mean, you could make a casserole out of it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and, you know what might be good is some crookneck squash.
Oh, on top of the.
Yeah, we bought a big bag of 75-cent crookneck squash, and I really need to eat it.
Other one?
Well, yeah, see, we have so much, and I made some last night. If you could just dice up one of those, it's ready to go.
And then just put it on top of this?
Yeah, nice quarter-inch
You want
or
another
half-inch
one?
slices. Yeah, a whole one, just nicely sliced, just to kind of add to because the dish is a little big for that particular stuffing. But it'll be a kind of a nice addition. You can peel that off with a peeler, that little blemish. Yeah, so we're just getting ready to preheat the oven, and the turkey looks wonderful. If you take a look at the turkey, it's just amazing. I mean, and the cover should just fit perfectly on top. It might even press down, but let's see. I think it's going to be a little that's too high.
Oh my goodness.
This is going to be one of those turkeys that's going to cook around the cover.
It's good to put the cover on anyway.
Oh, yeah. Keep splashes from happening in the oven.
Yeah.
We all know, what.
And it keeps it from overcooking.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, so this has been really a nice day. We've got a beautiful overcast, but sunny. Not really overcast. Okay. In Washington.
Well, it was really rainy this morning.
Yes, it was.
I'm glad it's kind of just turned into overcast and kind of stopped raining.
Yeah, because overcast is
Do you
way.
want to close the refrigerator, or do you want to get out another squash?
Thank you for reminding me. I realized I left it open. Okay, so I wanted to mention that now is a time for all good people to add water to their boiling gravy mix. So I'm going to ask you to add another half a cup of water to your gravy mix. They basically cover at least half of the neck bone. So at least half of the neck bone laying sideways is covered. So the boil can kind of work around the neck bone. And what that's going to do is we're going to cook the giblets and the neck bone slowly at level 3 for about an hour and a half. So it's quite an amazing experience to see this neck bone get so overcooked that the meat just falls right off of it. And then but you have to cool it off before you can touch it. So there's another cycle of about a half an hour to an hour letting it cool down. But that part I won't be showing you, unfortunately. Okay. Sarah's going to start with the cooking of the baking after this prep is done. Yeah, that's perfect.
We could even do 2 shows, like this one.
Well, yeah, we could wrap the show up and down. Yeah, good idea. Yeah,
and then we'll start a different show, which is the baking.
Perfect. Yeah, so we're going to do the baking show, a separate show. We'll play probably after our evening show tonight. So we've got an hour and a half.
Depends on how long it takes us to eat.
But what I want to do before we do that is I want to prep the mushroom and the bean dish.
Oh, okay.
And at least tell people about baking potatoes. So.
Or I can do that with the baking show.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll do that with the baking show. No, you're right. No, that's a good use of my time.
Hour. Oh, yeah.
So we're at an hour and a half right now. So.
Okay, either way.
I'm going to put the turkey in the oven. So this is basically the turkey prep part of the show with the stuffing. That's the first segment. The second segment of our show will be the baking and the bean dish and any other additional dips or whatever you want to make for family members. We're currently at $15, so I'm going to show you how I'm going to make the bean dish and the cream of mushroom soup and all that for under $20 total. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so you want to open this up for me? And I'll finish off the gravy too. Okay, and I'll take that. I won't do that until about an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we won't cook
this can actually go
squash
in the fridge until you're ready to.
We'll just sit on the counter. It's okay. Yeah.
Well, it's good.
Well, if you want to put it in the fridge, that's fine.
Until it's ready to go in the oven.
Yeah. Then you put it in the oven.
It does have eggs in it.
I know. She's very upset about the egg issue. No. The egg issue is very important with Sarah. She feels that eggs need to be very fresh. Would you say you have an egg issue? Because you don't like eggs that much.
Sure, you can say I have an egg issue.
Okay. She has an egg issue. So be careful not to let eggs sit out. Anyway, we're going to be putting that nice casserole dish in the refrigerator for a good 1 hour after the cooking starts.
At least an hour.
At least an hour.
Do you want to make a dip so that we can munch on that between now and when we start our baking?
I do. I can have, I've got some yogurt.
I mean, you don't have to, but I know it's
I've got some yogurt and I've got some clams. And I think we can include that in the budget because I think I have enough. $1 for the clams, a little bit of onions, and a yogurt.
Okay.
And I got the yogurt for 25 cents on sale. So sometimes if you look around, you get these non-fat yogurts.
And I got
for very little.
Maybe like $2 for a bag of chips.
Yeah, $2. I don't have chip money.
Potato chips.
That's the thing. I don't have potato chips.
Just tell the people that are coming to visit, just bring a bag of potato chips.
There you go. Bring your own.
And then
chips.
That way you can still stay under $20.
Yeah.
Okay. You'll be like, I'll make the dip, but you bring the chips.
Okay. There's your dip bowl.
Here's my dip bowl. All right.
And I will.
Shall we clean off the cutting board?
Yeah, if you want. In fact, the cutting board is no longer needed.
Well, for the onion.
Oh, yeah. Let's just go ahead and chop the onions right now.
Do a quick rinse at least. That's just saying the oven is finally preheated, but...
Okay, we're doing the oven cook at 350 degrees for 4 hours. I recommend that at the bare minimum, no matter what size turkey you have, assuming it's over 12 pounds. Turkeys notoriously take longer to cook than you'd ever imagine. So I've seen people cook a turkey on a slow 275-degree oven.
That takes forever.
It takes forever, and I've always seen the turkey like barely edible, like raw.
It has
almost.
to be at least at 350.
Yeah, that's why we go to. And technically, the turkey has to be 185 inside by the time it's cooked. You can get away with 180, I think, legally. But nobody's going to police you at your dinner table.
You'll be policing yourself if you get salmonella.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah. You know, I bet the chimichurri would be good in the clam sauce. Clam dip.
Yeah,
just a little splash of it.
Yeah, that's true. It's mostly parsley.
I'm going to use a half an onion for the dip. So I normally don't even peel the onion when I cut it in half. I usually leave the other half on the side and then peel the half that I'm going to cut. Super simple. And you'll see that. Come on. Looks like it's one of them. Okay. Let's make sure we have nice clean hands.
Clean your hands. Clean everything.
We're going to go ahead and do a nice tight dice on this.
I'm cleaning up the sink from turkey.
Real simple clam dip that I make with mayonnaise and yogurt and a can of this clams from the East Coast. Cape May clams, no MSG. They sell them at Walmart. No, at the dollar store. Okay, so I've got the can opener here. Pop the can. And you definitely want to keep the juice, a portion of the juice in this dish, but not all of it. The key to making a dip is to let some of it go down the drain.
Or put it in your gravy.
No, clam juice is my gravy. I'm not going to do that. That would kind of ruin things. Okay. I've got just a portion of juice in there. Not too much, just enough to keep the flavoring. See that? That's about how much juice you need. Otherwise, it's too juicy.
Juicy. No, you don't want it too juicy when it comes to dip.
Yeah, you want to make sure the
super
dip
loose and gross.
And that's got pretty good clams. These are very tender. I've had good success with these clams. I've been making a lot of dishes with them. And then just put your diced onions on top of the clams, like that. It's a BYO chip dish dinner tonight.
I'll bring the chips.
Yeah, really.
I've got them.
I
do.
Well,
I have Luke's organic potato chips. They're so good.
Okay, an entire container of non-fat yogurt. So now we're up to $16 in this, $17 in this prep. I might as well talk about the ingredients I'm going to be making with the other. I'm going to put some non-fat or some low-fat mayonnaise in with it. I picked up these jars about 2 years ago, and I'm trying to get rid of them. That's one way to get rid of them, right?
Yeah.
Can you mix that up while I go to the other room and get the beans?
So then in this dip, yogurt, clam, onions. You can do some garlic if you like.
Yes, I think we could actually put some crushed garlic in there from our jar. We have a jar of crushed garlic that looks pretty good.
And do you do dill or anything?
I do. It's a great idea. Let's do it. Dill it is. Oh, yeah. That onion powder could be used too for flavoring. I wouldn't necessarily put Italian seasoning in this.
No.
But I'm going to take a little bit of this garlic that's pre-crushed and put it in. Just about a teaspoon. Ooh.
That's a little extra garlic, but we like it.
I think we can handle
Oh my goodness, that smells great though.
that. And I have this oven.
Now it's looking like a good.
Yeah, and I have this stuff which is blue cheese, garlic, Parmesan, oven roasted salad dressing. Just put a tablespoon of, like, Roquefort dressing is great. Like 1 tablespoon or 2 tablespoons of blue cheese or Roquefort. Cool. Nice.
All right.
I got a roaring boil going back there. Before you leave your roaring boil, you can turn it down to a simmer. And at the same time, you can flip the leg, or rather the neck. So back in the back here, I'm going to flip the neck over and cook it on the other side, and kind of push the giblets around so that they're kind of evenly distributed. And just simmer that for a good hour past, and then turn it off. And then what you do at the very end is you take, let it cool for about another hour. So we got 3 or 4 hours of cooking with the turkey ahead of us. So after about an hour of cooking, turn it off. And then the meat will just pull right off the bones, but you have to make sure it's cool. So definitely let it cool for another hour. Then pull the meat off, and then you got the basis for your gravy. And one of the things you can do with gravy is you can add various things, like Wondra flour works. You can add Wondra flour to thicken it up. This is a really interesting product that could actually thicken up your gravy. What you want to do is put a little arrowroot in a little bit of water, mix it up, and then pour it into your gravy. And that'll thicken your gravy up. And believe me, that gravy will be ready to eat from what I'm making over there without the bones. So
David, I brought some Luke's Organic potato chips, sea salt, GMO for dip today. And I think that could be the end of our show for now.
Yeah, we'll pick up with the meat dish at the next show.
We could take a little break and enjoy our chips and dip.
Yeah.
And then we'll see everybody a little bit later.
Yeah, let's try the dip. I want to try it.
Okay. Ooh, there we go.
Great. Thank you for bringing the chips. Give it a good taste test here. That's good. It's actually very tasty. What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
It's perfect. All those ingredients have melded really well together.
All right.
Yeah, so thank you, everybody, for watching. And happy Thanksgiving to all of you. We'll be starting part 2 at the end of our show. It'll be slated for the end of our show. So that'll be the baking phase of our Thanksgiving dinner tonight. But the pre-show was great. We actually got a lot in. Excellent. Thank you.
Bye.